You've walked the hills. You've seen the Golden Gate. But what if I told you there's another San Francisco, one that lives beneath your feet? A forgotten city of tunnels, gang wars, hidden opium dens, and buried secrets that never made it into the brochures. This isn't just history. It's haunted, illegal, and very real. Welcome to San Francisco's secret underworld. Welcome back to Maps Explained, the channel where we peel back the pavement and dive into the mysteries hidden beneath our cities. Today, we're unlocking one of America's most intriguing urban legends: what lies below San Francisco. Stick around to the end, because we're not just talking about abandoned infrastructure. We're talking about entire criminal empires, buried passageways still being discovered today, and a forgotten layer of American history that will blow your mind. You'll never walk through Chinatown or ride a cable car the same way again. It all begins in 1848. Gold is discovered in California. Within a year, over 300,000 people flood into San Francisco, hoping to strike it rich. And with that chaos came crime, opportunity, and secrecy. The streets of San Francisco were so packed, so hastily built, that entire subterranean structures started emerging. Cellars, hidden saloons, trapdoors, and tunnels that snaked between buildings. But this wasn't just bad city planning. It was intentional. And then came the most infamous component of San Francisco's underworld: the Shanghai Tunnels. This network of underground passages was allegedly used to kidnap unsuspecting men and sell them as laborers aboard ships headed for Asia. The term for this? Shanghaiing. Some historians believe thousands of men vanished this way from the 1850s to the early 1900s. Shanghaiing was especially rampant in the infamous Barbary Coast district, where saloons operated alongside brothels and gambling halls. Trapdoors behind bars would drop drunken patrons into chutes that led to holding cells below. There, they were often kept unconscious until ships were ready to set sail. Tunnel networks connected these saloons to the waterfront, making it easy to move captives without being seen. Some establishments even had pulley systems to transport bodies below street level. But not everyone agrees this happened on such a scale. Some modern historians argue that the idea of Shanghai tunnels is exaggerated or outright myth. While abducting did occur, they say the tunnel systems may have been standard basements repurposed over time. Regardless, the stories persist, and the fear they inspired was very real. Nowhere is San Francisco's underground more legendary or more misunderstood than beneath Chinatown. Chinese immigrants began arriving in large numbers during the gold rush and later for railroad labor. But as anti-Chinese sentiment increased in the late 1800s, Chinatown was forced to adapt. Underground. Enter the Chinatown Tunnels. These weren't just escape routes. According to multiple police reports and first-hand testimonies, entire illegal economies operated below the surface. Opium dens, lit only by oil lamps, secret gambling parlors, hidden behind rotating panels, brothels, some connected directly to hotels above, even tiger cages, allegedly used by Tongs, Chinese gangs, for punishment.
When I was like a little kid, there were still lots of people walking the streets of Chinatown and, having fun. The older I got, the more dangerous it got. A lot of prostitution, a lot of drug dealers, a lot of crime going on.
But here's the twist. While the tunnels did have crime, they also served as a lifeline. Laundry workers, family businesses, and even schools used these spaces to avoid racist laws and violence above. In many ways, it was a hidden city beneath the city. One particularly notorious brothel allegedly had an entrance in a tea shop above. Patrons would request a specific blend, which cued staff to escort them through a backroom passage into a hidden chamber below. These rooms were often cramped, dimly lit, and difficult to access if police arrived. The so-called tiger cages have a chilling reputation. Described as narrow iron-barred enclosures, they were said to hold rival gang members or clients who failed to pay debts. Some oral histories claim these cages were in basements guarded by lookouts stationed above. Physical evidence of these tunnels still surfaces today. Bricked-off archways, false walls, and old ventilation shafts have been found during modern construction.
The demolition of a building in downtown Fresno to make way for high-speed rail has uncovered a link to Fresno's past.
Kathy Omachi of Chinatown Revitalization Incorporated believes this entrance may provide proof the tunnel system existed.
It proves that we're not crazy.
Some building owners have even opened up sealed chambers containing opium pipes, faded playing cards, and antique furniture. That said, concrete historical documentation is limited. Many tunnels were undocumented, and rumors flourished in the press. Skeptics suggest that much of the lore may be exaggerated, fed by xenophobia at the time. Still, the volume of anecdotal evidence, architectural anomalies, and periodic discoveries suggests something very real was happening below. Then, in April 1906, everything changed. A massive earthquake, estimated at 7.9 magnitude, ripped through San Francisco, unaliving an estimated 3,000 people and destroying over 80% of the city. The fires that followed burned for 4 straight days. As the city rebuilt, many of the tunnels were sealed, forgotten, or buried under rubble. Some were deliberately covered up to prevent the return of underground crime. Others just got lost. But here's the creepy part. Many of those tunnels are still there. Modern plumbing workers, construction crews, and even tourists have stumbled into them by accident, finding old furnishings, rusted tools, and faded graffiti. It's as if time just paused down there. Some workers have reported finding sealed wooden doors behind crumbling foundations, and even narrow staircases leading nowhere. In a few cases, tourists on walking tours have wandered into open cellar doors only to find themselves in labyrinthine corridors stretching far beyond the expected footprint of any building. Fragments of charred wallpaper, warped timbers, and scorched coins have been pulled from these chambers, suggesting they survived the fire, but were simply sealed and abandoned. No urban underworld is complete without ghost stories. Many believe that the tunnels are haunted by those who died during the Shanghai forced recruitment or the 1906 quake. One infamous location is the basement of the Lipo Cocktail Lounge, rumored to connect to an ancient tunnel where moaning can still be heard. Tour guides and paranormal investigators claim to have recorded whispers, sudden cold spots, and even footsteps echoing in sealed-off sections. Real or not, it's undeniably eerie. One investigation by the San Francisco Ghost Society revealed thermal anomalies inside a bricked-off portion of a Nob Hill basement. Their equipment showed unexplained drops in temperature, and an EVP recording captured what sounded like a woman whispering in Cantonese. Meanwhile, at the Sutro Baths, explorers have reported seeing shadowy figures darting between ruined stone walls and hearing splashes in the empty pools. Local legends say the spirits of victims who drowned still linger there. Perhaps the most unnerving tale came from a ghost tour, when an entire group reported seeing the same translucent figure walk across the hallway of a sealed chamber beneath a pawn shop. No reflective surfaces, no projections, just a figure. Over the years, San Francisco's tunnels have been used for far more than crime and ghost stories. In the early 20th century, bootleggers during Prohibition used the tunnels to move alcohol between speakeasies and avoid police detection. During World War II, some of the basements in Chinatown and North Beach were converted into air raid shelters. In a few cases, sections of tunnel systems were briefly reopened for emergency use. More recently, urban explorers and unhoused communities have sought refuge in the remains. Some tunnels were repurposed for storage, art installations, or even hidden mushroom farms. Today, groups like the San Francisco Historical Society and Chinatown alleyway tours offer glimpses into what's still accessible. Meanwhile, developers have accidentally uncovered parts of the network while working on basements, sewer lines, and new buildings. Despite city efforts to seal most of them off, there are still rumors that secret societies, modern or ancient, use sections of the tunnel network for clandestine meetings. While unproven, the frequency of fresh graffiti and candles found in sealed tunnels has only fueled speculation. But much of the underworld is still closed off, sealed behind laws, walls, or fear. Which begs the question, how much of it is still down there, completely untouched? San Francisco's streets may seem bright, modern, and full of tech startups today, but beneath the surface lies a hidden world, layered with forgotten tunnels, haunted ruins, and stories that have slipped through the cracks of history. A world where drunken sailors vanished, tongs ruled with iron bars, and entire economies operated in the shadows. From Shanghaiing and prohibition to urban art and the paranormal, this is more than history. It's a legacy that refuses to die. So the next time you're strolling through Chinatown, pause, listen, feel the ground, because San Francisco's secret underworld is not just in the past, it may still be alive. If this video opened your eyes to the hidden history beneath San Francisco, click the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss what we dig up next. Have you ever heard a story about the Shanghai Tunnels? Or maybe you've seen something strange in an old San Francisco basement? Drop your theories, sightings, or family legends in the comments. We want to hear what you know. Until next time, stay curious, stay skeptical, and remember, sometimes the strangest parts of history are the ones right under your feet. See you in the next mysterious adventure.